And welcome back to the show. We got a great interview lined up for you guys with Brad Garlinghouse and Jeff Roberts. Now, this interview was done a few months ago, if I remember correctly. In this interview, again, there are some major implications here that's good for Ripple, good for the industry, good for one or two other companies, maybe countries. But what Brad says here in this particular interview, I've been through about 30 to 40 Brad interviews so far that take many hours, and it's pretty wild. What he says in here, personally, I think it's going to blow the roof off, but you guys can make your own speculation, your own assumption. You guys can say it's conspiracy theory, you can say it's garbage, but there is actual scientific evidence to back this up. Where does it come from? Does it come from spirituality? Does it come from consciousness, subconsciousness? I don't think any of these people know what they're doing. I don't think we can really control it. But it is very interesting regardless, and I just find it very funny how each person, it aligns with their particular field, their career, and you can check on many people with this. It's pretty amazing. So what I'm going to show you guys here right now is Brad Garlinghouse and Jeff Roberts. So let's roll that footage.
I think we'll get a green light from the SEC this year that kind of gives them the cover or the safety to go and add.
It's 2 days before the Hinman speech, Coinbase announced they're going to list Ethereum Classic. So I think they're moving forward with those things. I mean, ultimately, I think all the exchanges around the world are.
How long until we see XRP listed by a major U.S. exchange? End of year? Next year?
Yeah, I don't know. I'll go back to. I'll digress on that point. I do think I've been out in Silicon Valley for about 20 plus years. It's not about us. It's not about us. If you want to enable an internet of value, you have to connect the repositories of value. The repository of value of the banks is many trillion.
Four pools in China control a lot of
Three
Bitcoin.
now.
Okay, three. Yeah. So break that down a bit.
Control is a key element. There are 3 miners in China. By the way, you can go to lots of websites to verify what I'm doing.
The SEC.
Underrated.
Okay.
I think the SEC, look, Ripple has been working with regulators around the world for a long time, and I think I want the SEC to be clear.
Now, what Brad says right here is Mina. Now, does he mean the token Mina, or does he mean Mina as an MENA? That's the Middle East and North Africa. I believe that's the alliance, if I'm not mistaken. He also says, yes, metal. I've heard of this. Now, I'm pretty damn sure that he's talking about Metallicus here. That's just me. But I mean, like I said, we can speculate all we want, but I think it's pretty clear. I think it's obvious. Metallicus has been definitely making some headlines here with their partnerships, their moves. They're making some very big deals here lately. So the fact that it has caught Brad's attention, I don't doubt that in a bit, and I think this possibly could have been, the plan all along. Just like you all know, nothing is happening by chance. It's all happened by plan. So we know that, obviously, from what the Riddler said also. You got BG123, Mr. Poole, all these riddles are starting to come true one by one. Same thing with Donald Trump. He became president with, the riddles from Trump, Putin, and Kim Jong-il, like all these things are booming. And these were years ago, 6, 7, 8 years. I mean, this is wild. It's just these riddles are finally starting to come true one by one. And trust me, the more we dig into this, the bigger bombshells that are going to come out. I have to be very careful with what I say. I don't want to portray Ripple in a negative light. If I do find anything negative, I'll let you guys know. But so far, I haven't seen anything that's really negative that they're saying on here. Every so often you'll have something that says smells demonic. It also says Satan. I've heard that a few times. Does it have any relevance? I have no idea. I'm still researching this myself. I see this, like I said, as news, as research, as education, all these videos. So I'm taking my time and trying to learn if maybe it's 50-50, maybe it's 50-50 is one side is just backwards words, maybe the other 50 really is true, maybe it's their subconscious, maybe it's their spirit coming out and talking about this in the audios. But will we ever know? Probably not for decades, if ever. But the evidence is here, it's in the audios, it's right here, and this is, like I said, this is pretty amazing stuff. So enjoy it. Get ready for the next show. We're going to have even more bombshells coming out one by one.